What is going on, guys? Kenny here from 619 Guitars and Gear, and yes, we are finally back to another guitar review video, and today we're going to be checking out the Schecter cr-6. So as always, let's get into it. Alright, welcome back to another video. My name's Kenny, and like I said, we are going to check out this Schecter Diamond Series cr-6. It is a super good looking guitar, but I want to dive into all the specs because I think they're pretty good on this thing. And then I want to take a deep dive and really check this thing out, pull off some of the covers. I want to maybe pull out a pickup, see what all the routes look like. I want to put a meter on the pickup so we can see exactly what's going on with the output and everything, and just take a closer deep dive look at it. Before we get into specs, I just want to say, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so yet, maybe think about subscribing. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and feel free to leave a comment down below because I love talking to you guys. So yeah, as far as the specs, well, actually, let's say this. Long story short, a couple months back, I had bought one of these, and honestly, it was the charcoal burst, I believe, and it was a complete lemon. Guitar wasn't even playable. It was a brand new guitar. Just had super big amount of problems with wiring. The frets were nowhere near level to where there was just dead frets everywhere no matter what I did. And honestly, this thing, it really should have never even left the factory. So ended up taking it back and returning it and got my money back. I didn't want to get another one. But the other day I had stumbled upon this in my local music shop, and it was a great price. And honestly, as far as playability, it was the complete opposite of that other guitar. Plays great, sounds good, and for the price, it was amazing. And it came with a Schecter hard case, so you really can't beat that. But let's get into some specs here. So basically, you have a 25.5 inch scale. You have a solid mahogany body with the burl top. Then you have the aqua burst paint job, they call it, the green aqua burst. It is considered a stealth arch top body, so it's nice and thin. I really think it's really cool how thin this body is. It almost reminds me of like that Ibanez model. I forget exactly what model it is, but it's super thin. And then it's I love the split with the natural wood on the sides and the back, with the the green on the front, and then it's separated with this single ply black binding. So as far as looks, this guitar definitely has them. As far as neck, you have a 3-piece bolt-on maple neck. It is reinforced with the carbon fiber rods. As far as neck thickness, you have an ultra thin C-shaped neck. You're at 19 millimeters at the first fret as far as thickness, and then 20 millimeters at the 12th. So really not that thick at all. It's super comfortable, I have to say. And it has a matte finish on it, so it's nice and fast feeling. You have a Wenge fretboard, which is really cool looking. You have 24 extra jumbo nickel frets. You have a 14-inch radius. And then for the inlays, you have the reverse offset pearloid dots. And then you just have regular white side dots with a black binding on the side. So that looks really cool. You have a dual action truss rod that is adjustable here at the headstock underneath this cover. And then you have a Graphtec nut. So it's really cool that they put a quality nut on there. As far as tuning stability, I haven't had any issues with it, which brings me into the hardware. So you have Schecter branded tuners, which do their job. No problems with them at all. They are black. This guitar has black hardware all over it. You have black knobs, and then you have the Schecter custom hardtail bridge with the string through design. So you load the strings through the back, and then yeah, you have the black strap buttons. As far as electronics, you have one volume with the push-pull for splitting, and then you have a tone with a 3-way switch, And then you have the Schecter USA Apocalypse pickups, which sound pretty decent, honestly, for a stock, you know, self-branded pickup. I really can't complain about them too much. Again, not the best, but they're better than some other Schecter pickups that I have heard. But overall, some cool specs on this thing, and it looks absolutely stunning in my opinion. But let's go ahead and pull some covers off of this thing and really get a deep dive look into it. I want to put a meter on it, see exactly what these pickups are doing, and just take a closer look at it. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this meter plugged in so we can check out these pickups here. Put this where you guys can see it. And we are going to start with the bridge pickup. So at the bridge, we're at 14.41K. Let's go ahead and split it. You're at 7.31, so not too bad at all. Let's go ahead and move to the neck. The neck, you're at hovering around 10.41, and then split. You're at 5.29, so really not bad at all. And like I said, these pickups sound pretty good for being, you know, stock Schecter branded pickups. Let's turn this thing around, and I want to open up the back cavity and check out the wiring and just see how everything looks overall. All right, well, let's go ahead and pull this cover off. Like I mentioned, that other one I got had a lot of wiring problems, and I don't know if it was like a Friday guitar and they just wanted to get out of there or something, but it was not good. And I'm totally capable of fixing all that myself, but I really shouldn't have to do that on a brand new guitar. But looking at this one, man, this looks really good. Wiring's super neat. Nothing looks out of the place or anything like that. The shielding paint looks fantastic. The soldering job itself looks really, really good. So solid job, which is typical with Schecter. So that's why I'm saying I think that something was it was a lemon, man. It was just a one-off thing that was really, really bad with that other guitar. But this looks really good. So super happy with that. And yep. I give that a A+ for sure. Looks nice and neat. All right, so I got the screws for the pickup out here. One thing I noticed is they're not like pointed tip screws. They are flathead screws. So there's got to be some kind of inserts in this wood is the only thing I'm guessing. Let me go ahead and put my little string divider that I made here, and let's pull this out. Yeah, absolutely. So there is inserts in the pickup cavity. I'll try to, yeah, you can see it right there. There is inserts right there that these screws go into instead of going into the wood, which I think is an awesome idea. I've honestly never seen that, so I don't know if that's something just Schecter is doing, but I've never taken apart one of these model Schecters, so I wouldn't have known. But that is awesome. I think that's super smart instead of just going into the wood. It kind of opens up your variety of pickups that you can put in without having to like drill out the tabs on the pickups to put, you know, wood style screws in there to direct mount them. And the cavity looks nice and clean and shielded, so that's really cool. And then the pickups, they have the foam on the bottom, which is common with direct mounted pickups. But I'd say that looks really, really good and nothing to complain about at all. So that's awesome. All right, so real quick, I just wanted to do a quick little sound demo. We'll do distortion first and then clean, just so you can get an idea of what the pickups are doing. I try to simplify my signal chain as much as possible. We're going into my Headrush MX5. I took away the overdrive and the EQ just to, so there's nothing really dramatically changing the sound. And then that is going into my EVH 5153 15-watt tube head with the matching 212 EVH 5153 cab that has two Celestion G12s in it, I believe. And that is being mic'd by one single Shure SM57 microphone. So let's start with distortion on the bridge pickup. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120 neck pickup. Now let's try splitting the neck. Go back to bridge, split. All right, well, let's switch to clean now, starting on the bridge pickup. Let's go to the neck. Let's go ahead and split the neck. Let's go to the bridge. All right, well, that pretty much wraps this video up. I had a lot of fun with this one. My overall feelings on this guitar is I really like it. I'm super glad I give it a second chance. I pretty much had a feeling that that first one was a lemon, and you know, they weren't all like that. I see nothing but good reviews on this guitar in the Schecter group online, and I had the C7 Pro, which looked exactly the same as this, obviously just a 7-string. So it does kind of feel at home as far as the feeling of the body and just playing it and everything. Obviously the neck is thinner because it's a 6-string, but I really like this thing. I think my favorite thing is definitely how it looks. This guitar just looks absolutely amazing. I love the split with the natural wood, and then you have the color on top with the black binding. I think that just looks awesome. I love the thickness of the body. It's super thin. The neck feels amazing. It's really nice and slim, and then the matte finish on it definitely gives it a great feel. As far as QC on this thing, this is a used model, but it was really well taken care of besides needing a thorough cleaning. Doesn't have any dings or dents in it at all, just some minor playing scratches. But the only thing I noticed is there's a few spots underneath the clear coat where the burl top could have been filled in a little bit better. Not really a big deal. It could bother someone, but it doesn't really affect anything. You know, if you look at it in the light, you can see it. Otherwise, looking at it dead on, you can't see it at all. But, you know, they could have either sanded it a little better or filled it in with some sealer a little bit better before clearing it. That's really my only complaint as far as QC. The fret ends feel great. Everything else feels good. The finish on the back is amazing. The clear coat is really well put on and buffed out really well, which is, you know, typical with Schecter, even on their lower end models. I think these are still retailing for around $7.99, which you can get it in the Aqua Burst, the Charcoal Burst, and I think the Black Cherry Burst or something like that. And I know they make a couple different versions of this with the Floyd and everything else, which I've never played. But super happy with this thing. I really love it. Pretty surprised with the Schecter Apocalypse pickups. They're probably one of my favorite Schecter pickups that I've heard. I think I'm going to go ahead and take them out anyway just because I have a preference. I'm going to throw some Seymour Duncans that I have laying around in there and just see if it makes a big difference. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I think it's going to, though. Maybe we'll make another video on it or something of installing the pickups and just seeing if there's a big difference. But yeah, really like this guitar. I'll probably keep it around for a little while. And I can't wait to get those other pickups in it and just see what it's about. But I had a lot of fun with this video. Kind of changed up the format a little bit with, you know, we didn't do a full mix demo this time. But I think it's better to do more of an in-depth review where we take the covers off and check out the routes and the wiring and see, you know, put a meter to the pickups and just see what that's all about. I think it's more informational for you guys and helps you guys out, you know, maybe thinking about buying one of these. It kind of just gives you a better idea of what you're going to get. So had a lot of fun with this video. I really like this guitar. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. If you have any questions, ask down below. And maybe think about subscribing. But we'll see you in the next video. As always, stay safe, be a good person, drink a lot of water. And we'll talk to you later.